Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you all so much for joining today. We are very fortunate in this era to be able to come in touch with Bhagavad Gita, thanks to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and his Herculean efforts that we are reaping the results. We are able to not only access Bhagavad Gita, even though we don't know Sanskrit, but dive deep into the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita in a way that we can apply that in our daily life. So we're very grateful to him for all his contributions. Okay, before we begin, I want to know how many who have joined for the first time after the Gita in the nutshell course. Reshma. Are you Reshma from?
Yes, Mataji. I joined in the Gita in the nutshell, but I didn't know like if any other classes happened. If you are starting any new class, we were reading Bhagavad Gita, but then I wanted to join this class.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah. I know you, Reshma Mataji. I'm just asking if there is anybody who's totally new, who has not been in any of our. I see senior devotees, Tapasya Prabhu, Mangalayana Prabhu. Please accept my respectful obeisances.
Haribo.
So, this course is designed for, of course, beginners who wanted to know more about Bhagavad Gita. So we will start with prayers. Nisha Mataji, you're Nisha. Varsha is Nirmala Mataji's daughter. Sai Varsha.
Yes, Mataji.
Nice to see you. Thank you for joining the Gita and Nutshell course also.
Yeah.
Thank you. Saroj's iPhone. Is this your first time?
No, I think I joined the earlier one, the short course, just some time back.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Phoenix.
Phoenix, okay. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we will start with prayers. And we are going to go through some part of the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita today. And so we will maybe not everything, but a few things, and then we will discuss before we go in detail. So we are going to do 18-day, a little longer version of a Gita in a nutshell course very soon. After Janmashtami, we are working on the flyer and the dates. So in that course, we have each chapter's overview. We are trying to do it a little different this time. So for those who have attended the Gita in a nutshell course, that will be a little more in depth. But that's a month away, so I don't want to waste the time in between. So I thought, what concepts, for the concepts that we covered in the Gita in a nutshell, we will see the relevant shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita. So we can try to internalize the concepts and try to see what Krishna is saying. So this is not maybe an overview, but some specific concept-based shlokas we will see. Before that, we will go into the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, and we'll read bits and pieces of it. We'll try to understand what this Bhagavad Gita, what do we get from Bhagavad Gita. So we'll start with prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with a torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. When will Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? Anybody would like to do this who has attended the course before, some of the older devotees? Okay, Reshma Mataji, yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Vandeham Shri Guru Shriyuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadavetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master and unto the feet of all Vaishnavas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Rupa Goswami along with his elder brother Sanatan Goswami as well as Raghunath Dasa and Raghunath Bhatta, Gopala Bhatta and Srila Jiva Goswami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Lord Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda along with Advaita Acharya, Gadadhara, Srivasa and other associates. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna along with their associates Sri Lalita and Vishaka. Do you want me to continue, Mataji, or any other devotees?
Uh, I don't know if anyone else wants to do. Otherwise, you can continue, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah,
हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते. Oh my dear Krishna, you are the friend of the distressed and the source of creation. You are the master of the gopis and the lover of Radharani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. I offer my respects to Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold, and who is the queen of Vrindavana. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone, just like desire trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Do you want me to do Prabhupada mantra, Mataji, or just read
yes.
this?
Yeah. Please do Prabhupada Pranam Mantra.
Okay, Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnapreshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadhi Paschatya Desatarine. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. I offer my respectful obeisances to Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhara, Srivasa, and all others in the line of devotion. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Mataji. Usually I do it 3 times, but I don't know how long time.
You can do 3 times.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. It's a pleasure to have you here. And Reshma Mataji is a proof that Bhagavad Gita is a universal teaching for everyone, no matter which uh, uh, language, which caste, or which religion they belong to. So, although she's not technically grown up in a Hindu family, but she's one of the best students, and she is now leading the discussion of our level 3 Bhagavad Gita class. So I'm very happy. Reshma Mataji, would you like to say something about yourself? So it will be inspiring for everyone.
Yes, Mataji. So I come from a Muslim background. I never learned about Krishna or Arjuna, all about my childhood. And I work for a company called Caterpillar. And then we had one town hall meetings, and the VP of the company said that Bhagavad Gita is one of his favorite books. And I never read Bhagavad Gita all my childhood. And then I think after the same I was in one of the yoga groups, and one of the Mataji who was also in yoga group, she said, you know what, she just posted, I think someone in the group asked, said that they are going through some anxiety, and then she said you should read Bhagavad Gita. Then I was like, why is this Bhagavad Gita coming again and again? So I thought, okay, why not, I should probably learn more about it. And then I don't know, someone probably from my status or something in WhatsApp, they posted about this 18-day Bhagavad Gita course. I think it was in 2024 October. And then I joined the 18-day course. I didn't understand anything at all because I don't know who Arjuna is and who Krishna is. Then within 2 months, I watched the whole Mahabharata series. Then I knew what uh, the whole war and everything. And I started, I think Mataji is also an inspiration for me, because Mataji told, after every class, like start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. And I am not a big believer in my culture as well. And I think because of few things, I never like knew what God is and everything. So I started chanting 3 times every day as soon as I wake up, and then slowly it increased to 11 times. And then I think I started chanting 1 round. Now I do 8 rounds every day. Hopefully, like if I don't go out, or if I don't have like some silly friends with me, I try to do it 8 rounds for sure, because that is something that will make me happy. And I came to know Krishna quite a lot. I always, whatever work I do, I keep talking about Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And I, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, my husband is also a Hindu, and his name is also Jai Krishna. It was a tough battle to convince my family, but then finally we got married. And yeah, he doesn't believe in God, but he supports me, and I can see some little change in whatever we do. He always says, "Oh, are you doing this for Krishna? Are you doing this for so?" And he also encourages me every day, like whenever I join classes, and we always have every day half an hour Bhagavad Gita reading, and also Srimad Bhagavatam reading every day, half an hour. So he encourages me, and also I see that Krishna is also making some change in him. So from atheist, I feel he's now agnostic, and then I can see some change that he is going to believe in God. Yeah, that's all, Mataji. Thank you.
That's a lot. Thank you so much. Your thirst for the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and your openness to see what is there in that is amazing. Very few people have this heart now, and I really want to thank the Lord that we met you. And
And it's all your guidance and all the beautiful devotees association, Mataji. Even if I miss one class, they'll just keep pinging me, Mataji, we missed you in the class. So it's always nice that I have good association, that I feel like I can never go away from all of you. So thank you, Mataji, for that.
Thank you so much for sharing something that's very inspirational and also foundational to Bhagavad Gita. That how the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita applies to everyone, it's beyond religion. This is one point that I liked in Bhagavad Gita also. Because when I came across Bhagavad Gita, it was a time in India in the early 90s where there was, Ram Janmabhoomi and Babri Masjid, and it had just erupted like a volcano. And then, people were saying religion is a reason for this. Religion has to make a human being good, but religion is making them fight like animals. And I also very much subscribed for that. But when I attended the classes at that time, then I understood that, this is basically a peace formula, a formula to be happy more than any religion. It's a science. So thank you, Mataji, for sharing that. So we just are done with the prayers. We are going to go through some parts in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita. So let's go through this. Like Prabhupada is asking that why, that when there are so many editions in Bhagavad Gita, why one more in English? So let me read this, and if anybody is free to read the paragraph, you can take it up in the Sakshi Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Yeah, can you read
The
from the spirit of Bhagavad Gita? Yeah, thank you.
The spirit of Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita itself. It is just like this. If we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the direction written on the label. We can take the medicine according to our own whim, or the direction of a friend. It must be taken according to the direction, level of the direction given by the physician. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as it is directed by the speaker himself. The speaker of the Bhagavad Gita is Lord Krishna. He is mentioned on every page of the Bhagavad Gita as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagwan. Of course, the word Bhagwan sometimes refer to any powerful person or any powerful demigod, and certainly here Bhagavad Gita designate Lord Shri Krishna as a great personality. But at the same time, we should know the Lord Shri Krishna is the supreme personality of the Godhead, as is confirmed by all the great acharyas, spiritual masters like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka Swami, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and many other authorities of the Vedic knowledge in India. I missed something?
No, I'm sorry. Somebody's unmute.
Okay. Yeah. The Lord himself also establishes himself as the supreme personality of the Godhead of Bhagavad Gita, and he is accepted as such in the Brahma Samhita and the all other Purana, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, known as Bhagavad Puranam. Krishna to Bhagwan Savyam. Therefore, we should take Bhagavad Gita as it is directed by personality of the Godhead himself. In the fourth chapter of the Gita, the Lord says,
we'll pause here. Thank you.
Yes.
So here, Srila Prabhupada is giving an example that if we want to take a medicine, we take it following the directions written on the label, right? When we go and get the medicine from pharmacy, the pharmacist puts the label and then we take it according to the medicine, according to what is written in the label. So similarly, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling how to understand Bhagavad Gita. So, if we are all in the path of understanding Bhagavad Gita, then we take Krishna's prescription of how to understand Bhagavad Gita, just like we will go follow the instructions in the label of the medicine and follow it accordingly. Right? So, and who is Krishna? Here is mentioned as Bhagavan. We also covered this in the Gita in the nutshell course. Bhagavan means one who's the supreme personality of Godhead. He is full in 6 opulences, Bhagas. So that's why instead of Sri Krishna Uvacha, everywhere, whenever Krishna spoke, it's called Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. And also, it's not called Krishna Gita or Krishnera Gita. This is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan, the Lord himself, is speaking and giving us a medicine. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is a medicine to cure our disease in all different platforms. So Krishna is telling that in 4th chapter that I spoke. Okay, let me read this. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manur ikshvakave bravit evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakalaneha mahata yogo nashta parantapa sayevayam mayatedhya yoga prokta puratanaha Bhaktosi me sakacheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. Here the Lord informs Arjuna that this system of yoga, the Bhagavad Gita, was first spoken to the sun god. And the sun god explained it to Manu, and Manu explained it to Ikshvaku, and in that way, by disciplic succession, one speaker after another, this yoga system has been coming down. But in the course of time, it has become lost. Consequently, the Lord has to speak it again, this time to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. What is something that we can understand from this? Is anyone able to make out what is the application point in this? This will be a little interactive.
May I try, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
I think the practical application point is that Lord Krishna is telling that we should accept this knowledge in disciplic succession.
Yes, right? So we should accept this knowledge in the disciplic succession. Means we should, if we try to figure out what is Bhagavad Gita on our own, very rarely people understand. Or even if we theoretically understand, we'll be lost. What do I make out of it? But if it's easy, if someone to go and learn from someone uh, who has learned it, who is again not self-illuminated person, but who has learned from his teacher. And in this way, we can trace out the line of teachers to the original teacher, Krishna. That is called disciplic succession. Disciplic succession means Guru, the teacher, speaks to the disciple, the Sishya. Why the word disciple? Because we need discipline, right? Even in to go to school to learn academics, there is a discipline. You need to go into the school before the morning bell, and then you need to stay there till the evening, and there are rules to follow. We cannot take off whenever we want. There is only, like, excused absences, non-excused absences, right? So to follow any educational system, there has to be a discipline. Without discipline, it's very hard. So the same thing applies to spiritual knowledge also. So a master brings in discipline to someone who is ready to accept this knowledge and follow the instructions of the master. That's called a disciple or sishya. Sishya means one who is spoken to this knowledge, siksha, or this knowledge is given to him. Guru means actually one who's very heavy. So not like modern day gurus we see in Instagram and many gurus popping up here and there. And it looks like either they don't directly say that they're God, or there are so many combinations. But guru means one who is learned from his guru, and now he is teaching to the disciple. And like that way, the succession is continuing in an unbroken line. And so we get the message as it is. Many people ask that how come that by reading Bhagavad Gita now, are we sure that it's the same thing what Krishna spoke to Arjuna? This is a very valid question, right? So, because the answer is this, because it comes in a disciplic succession, then one may ask, what if in between the person changes? But if that is the case, then he wouldn't be in the succession. That's why there is a discipline comes first. Discipline means not blind faith, but it's like first we understand the theory, and then we apply it, and in an experimental way we realize it, and then we explain it as we have learned it from the guru, without interpreting ourselves, without taking some, adding some extra things, or deleting something from it, or giving a different meaning, churning out the meaning on our own. That is avoided in the disciplic succession, because that is a thing. Like, you can see that if a person goes into military school, here we have, I think, Tapasya Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So I mean, I know that you're from the military, Prabhuji. Sometime back you were.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. So it's very nice to hear about, how about him a little bit. Would you like to give a small introduction of yourself and how you came across Bhagavad Gita and how old are you?
Sure, but can you hear me okay? I'm on a headset.
Oh, yeah, we can. It's a little bit low, but we can hear.
Hold on, let me just shut this off. Well, in 1970, I first heard the chanting on the radio. I was only 11 years old. So the radio was, AM, FM radio was the big thing. Is this okay now? Can you hear me? I took the headset off.
Yeah. Yes.
So we were blessed to hear George Harrison singing My Sweet Lord in 1970. It was amazing and unbelievable for AM radios on the streets of Philadelphia, New York, and all that. But 1976, I had to make a choice, so I enlisted in the military. I went into the Marine Corps. I wish I had went into the temple, but it wasn't my fate at that time. I was only 17. So I got books in the airport while traveling from boot camp to my first duty station in North Carolina, coincidentally. And the books were Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1 and 1.3 by a devotee who was at the Atlanta airport. And those books were my window that I stepped through and never looked back. So the Srimad Bhagavatam was the first books, and I had Bhagavad Gita, but the Srimad Bhagavatam for me was powerful. Then Bhagavad Gita naturally came into my possession, and the devotees. But the books, Prabhupada's books, even without even meeting Srila Prabhupada, my whole life changed just by holding the book and reading the book for about 1 year. I was simply reading the book while I was overseas in Korea. And I came back already converted. I simply said, where's Prabhupada? I need to take initiation. I just found the devotees right away. after reading 1 year stuck in the barracks. Haribol.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. He's so senior. He has read Bhagavad Gita all his life. But still, I am so small and very junior compared to him. But this is how, we learn from great devotees by their example, that they want to, somebody who's presenting Bhagavad Gita may not be up to their level, but still they're open to come and hear the knowledge again and again. And although he's not, as you can see, he's not from India or a Hindu family, he has Bhagavad Gita made sense to him. And then he's initiated into the ISKCON movement, and his name is Tapasya Das, as we see now, and he's in Myrtle Beach now in North Carolina, and he's wonderful singer of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He comes here to do the kirtan in Hindu temple, and everyone loves to hear from him.
I will add one more thing. This I remembered. So after getting Bhagavad Gita and realizing that it was spoken on battlefield, and I am a soldier, I'm still a sergeant in the Marine Corps, active duty, and I went to India, and I took a bus by myself because no one at the Vrindavan temple was free. I went all the way to Kurukshetra myself and got out of the bus for the whole day and wandered on the battlefield, envisioning the scene of Krishna speaking to Arjuna and the chariots and the Karna and Bhishma and the weapons of the, divine. And I was on the battlefield, and to this day, I feel like that's the day I left this world. I was no longer, something happened that day. It was wonderful.
Wow, thank you so very much. It's really, really inspiring and very, very grateful to hear from you. I'm not sure whose Mangalayan Prabhu is, and would you like to introduce yourself and speak a little to bless us, Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna Mataji, you know me, I'm Madan from Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Madan.
recently got initiated in Sadhu Sangha from
Sangha.
Vaishesika Dasa.
Yes.
So I attended your courses previously, other courses, not Bhagavad Gita. And 18-day courses I attend also. Yeah, I like to go deeper into. I taken Bhagavad Gita before, but I want to review again. So yeah, I like your courses. So thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So, Sonal Mataji, you had raised your hand. Oh, you
No,
want?
I was just requesting if we can hear Mahamantra from Prabhuji, Tapasya Prabhuji.
Tapasya Prabhu, are you available to chant 1 or 2, 3 times?
You mean on the harmonium?
The problem with the Zoom is it won't pick up the harmonium. I mean, you can just, chant the Mahamantra without any instruments.
Okay, hold on, let me get this set up. See, I put it back on because I thought I was. Hold on.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
So, Srila Prabhupada chanted very simple melodies. He chanted japa, we know that. But when I went to the temple and there was simple Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is the first melody that was introduced to America in 1966 in Tompkins Square Park, and you can see on YouTube. Very simple. Now, sometimes we got carried away with Mahamantra, and there were all kinds of diversions. Singing with guitars, Prabhupada stopped that. Singing with drums, like not mridanga, but the Western drums, and so he made sure that it was not done so much. But the melodies, you can learn very, very fancy melodies and simple melodies, but that very basic melody, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada was pleased, which means the acharyas were pleased, which means Krishna is pleased. Sometimes I get a little too fancy with the harmonium, but I was blessed with a little ability, so I'm allowed to. Prabhupada said, if you have the skill, do it, but don't make the music the focus. Make the holy name the focus. Haribol.
Thank you so much. And I think in the early 80s, Prabhuji was in the front cover of Times of India when he went to Chennai in the early 80s. So he was doing the chanting and kirtan, and the whole audience was repeating and dancing. And then, the newspaper covered that it was wonderful.
Here's the reason they photographed me was because I'm a white boy, and there were 5,000 Indians in front of the stage. And the India Times thought, well, what is this white guy leading the kirtan in front of the, locals? And they thought it was so unusual, they took a photograph. And the next morning, because I did not know, Jai Pataka Maharaj called my name. Tapasya! I had to go down to the general area where the devotees were having prasadam. He had a microphone in his hand. He said, everybody, Tapasya has been on the cover of India Times. It was amazing to be honored by Jai Pataka Maharaj, who was, great soul.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So we're very blessed to have your presence. And yeah, we see that the disciple is an example that it's not from a particular caste, particular country, particular religion. It's only those who are interested to learn Bhagavad Gita, having no prejudice, with an open mind and ready to learn it the way that Krishna is asking us to learn. Going to a teacher who's coming in the disciplic succession. So it's the first point that we want to cover today. And we are skipping some, and we are going to go to some parts of, to read some parts of the introduction, and the homework is to read the rest ourselves. Okay, so anybody available to read these two paragraphs? Therefore, Bhagavad Gita. Okay, maybe I can read if you're busy. So, therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be, yeah, Reshma Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, I can read. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be taken up in a spirit of devotion. One should not think that he is equal to Krishna, nor should he think that Krishna is an ordinary personality or even a very great personality. Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So, according to the statements of Bhagavad Gita or the statements of Arjuna, the person who is trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita, we should at least theoretically accept Sri Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. And with that submissive spirit, we can understand the Bhagavad Gita. Unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it is very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita because it is a great mystery. Just what is the Bhagavad Gita? The purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the nescience of material existence. Every man is in difficulty in so many ways, as Arjuna also was in difficulty in having to fight the battle of Kurukshetra. Arjuna surrendered unto Sri Krishna, and consequently, this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Not only Arjuna, but every one of us is full of anxieties because of this material existence. Our very existence is in the atmosphere of non existence. Actually, we are not meant to be threatened by non existence. Our existence is eternal, but somehow or other, we are put into asat. Asat means Asat refers to that which does not exist.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, so we see that we need that submissive spirit. Because if we have the challenging spirit, like for example, if a child who goes to the kindergarten is challenging the teacher, I don't accept how 1 + 1 is 2 and not 3. I think it is 3. So where is the question of the child learning further at all? But if in a submissive spirit, if the child learns, then what happens? Like when he goes to higher education, and then when he goes to a PhD, then he does a thesis, then he will understand what is this, the different numerals and even the basic things. There's a science behind it, right? So we see that student means one who has a submissive spirit. And if we don't have that submissive spirit, we miss the great science in Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because Bhagavad Gita is a mystery. It's an open secret. It's open. It's open to everyone. We can learn it. But to enter into the mystery of Bhagavad Gita, we need to have a submissive spirit. And at this point of time, many may not practically or realizationally accept Sri Krishna as a Supreme Lord. So it is, Srila Prabhupada is telling, at least theoretically accept that Krishna is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so it's like if the President of America comes here, we wouldn't say that, I am equal to you. I mean, in not, I'm not referring to the current president, but generally, we know that he is in a superior position. So if a president of a country is given that etiquette and it's given that respect, then when the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan, comes and talks to us something that is also to solve our anxieties, he is not benefited by that, but he is giving a manual of life, how we can make our life free from anxieties and be peaceful and happy. Then we take it up in a submissive spirit. Okay. uh, uh, okay, let's read this also. Out of so many human beings who are suffering, there are a few who are actually inquiring about their position, as what they are, why they are put into this awkward position, and so on. Unless one is awakened to this position of questioning his suffering, unless he realizes that he doesn't want suffering, but rather wants to make a solution to all suffering, then one is not to be considered a perfect human being. Humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened in one's mind. In the Brahma Sutra, this inquiry is called Brahma Jignasa. Atato Brahma Jignasa. Every activity of the human being is to be considered a failure unless he inquires about the nature of the absolute. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering or where they came from and where they shall go after death are proper students for understanding Bhagavad Gita. The sincere student should also have a firm respect for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a student was Arjuna. So we see the qualification to understand Bhagavad Gita. There are many people who are registered in the group, maybe 200 or so in our WhatsApp group, and at least 50 said that they are okay to come today, but we see 20 have joined. So this is the filtration process that we are seeing time and again, that if we are here and open to learn Bhagavad Gita, then there are at least 1,000 behind us, and we are the chosen one. And what is our qualification? We should see that this world is a mixture of happiness and misery, but more tilted towards misery. And we should question why. Everybody, when there is a suffering, they question, why me? But rest assured, every single person in this world is stressed and in anxiety. They are all asking, why me? But instead of everyone asking, why me to the sky, if we ask why this suffering uh, who is putting this, is forced upon the humanity, and can we come out of it? And where is my origin? Where did I come from? Will I cease to exist after death? If not, where do I go? Do I have the ability to decide where to go? And what is the nature of the absolute or God? With no doubts, if we learn, if we have this appetite, then Bhagavad Gita is only place where we can get these answers. And this is beyond any religion, right? It makes sense to the human inquiry. And Bhagavad Gita and the Vedic scriptures say, if we don't make this inquiry, then our human life is a waste. And if we don't have this inquiry, then this class is also a waste of time. So we see that, this is a qualification, and that was what such a student was Arjuna. Okay, now we'll read this paragraph, the subject of Bhagavad Gita. The subject of Bhagavad Gita entails the comprehension of 5 basic truths. First of all, the science of God is explained, and then the constitutional position of the living entities, jivas. There is Ishvara, which means a controller, and there are jivas, the living entities which are controlled. If a living entity says that he is not controlled, but that he is free, then he is insane. So why? Because, we may think that life is going according to our wish. But even a small child will agree that, nothing is going according to the wish, or very less. And we compromise, we accept what comes in our way. We have to accept. We have no choice other than to grow old. We have no choice other than to accept the wrinkling of skin and graying of hair. We can find temporary solution for that, and that's not condemned. But the real thing is, we need to ask, we can clearly see that we are controlled. We living entities are controlled in various different ways. So to see that is not wisdom. Srila Prabhupada says it's sanity. If we don't see that, that means we are insane. We think things are going according to our wish and this world is for my enjoyment. And then we come across so many obstacles for this kind of a thinking, and we can't make sense of it, and we become atheist or agnostic. Who's that God who is inflicting this suffering on me? How can he be God? How can he be merciful? But all these questions will be solved if we know who God is, or what is the science of God. That's why it's mentioned the science of God is explained, and the constitutional position of the living entities or jivas. Okay, so Ishvara, the word means controller, and Jiva means one who lives. The Jiva is Jivati. One who is living is called a Jiva, but they are controlled. The living being is controlled in every respect, at least in his conditioned life. So in the Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter deals with Ishvara, the supreme controller, and the Jivas, the controlled living entities. So even to see this, we require some eyes of knowledge. Unless someone tells us this, we are busy going like what the family has told us, what the society has, given us the goals, and one after another, without knowing this. So Bhagavad Gita opens our eyes to see the reality, and not to be a renunciant and a morose person, but ultimately we see to bring happiness and peace in our life. Krishna says in the 4th chapter, Ashantasya kutaha sukham. Without peace, how can we be happy? And he's also giving a peace formula, and a formula that one's happiness will not be interrupted at all. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. Prasannatma, one who's always in a happy state, no matter what comes to him. Right? So that's why he's opening our eyes and giving us wisdom to see that we are not the supreme controller, and we are jivas, the controlled, and there is Ishvara, and we need to know the science of both. Who is the science of God and science of jiva? Then, so in the Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter deals with Ishvara, the supreme controller, and jiva, the controlled living entities. Prakriti material nature, and time, the duration of existence of the whole universe, or the manifestation of material nature, and karma, activity, are also discussed. The cosmic manifestation is full of different activities. All living entities are engaged in different activities. From Bhagavad Gita, we must learn what God is, what the living entities are, what Prakriti is, what the cosmic manifestation is, how it is controlled by time, and what the activities of the living entities are. So the 5 subjects are there. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, the material nature. Means, what is this? I mean, what is this creation, right? Creation has been um, in the minds of the men and religion and science. Both, they want to know the origin. Like everybody wants to know, who our father is and which lineage we are coming from. We want to know our origin. So this world is there, we are born here, but we want to know what is this cosmic manifestation about. So that is knowing, that is Prakriti. And the time duration, I mean, there is a whole chapter of time described in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very, very wonderful. How the time is noted in a very small quantity, 3 by, I forget, I'm going to see if I can get that picture of that tabular column, where the time of Brahma's lifetime, which is 311 trillion 40 billion earth years, that is the duration of the existence of the whole universe, up to the smallest measurement of the time, which is, very, very less than a second that we are doing it now. I'll get the exact, math later on. So that is a studying of the duration of the time. And then karma, activity, mainly, uh, how we should act. That's what Bhagavad Gita is. We should know from that what to avoid and how to act. Like we are, there is, maze. People go into escape rooms and they like to play in figuring out how to come out from the maze, right? So this maze has been set up, this material world, and we are born here and we are growing. Time is running out, but we need to know how to get out of this maze, what to do and what not to do, and why to do what we have to do. So all those are described in karma. So there is Ishvara, God, signs of God; Jiva, signs of living entity; Prakriti, the signs of material nature; Kala, the signs of time; and Karma, the signs of activity. So these are the 5 different subject matters of Bhagavad Gita. So, and he's explaining this. I'm just going to skip and okay. So from this we see, we'll read a little bit from this. Ishvara, the Supreme Lord; Jiva, the living entity; Prakriti, nature; Kala, eternal time; and Karma, activity, are all explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Out of these 5, the Lord, the living entities, material nature, and time are eternal. The manifestation of Prakriti may be temporary, but it is not false. Some philosophers say that the manifestation of material nature is false, but according to the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, according to the philosophy of the Vaishnavas, this is not so. The manifestation of the world is not accepted as false. It is accepted as real, but temporary. It is likened unto a cloud which moves across the sky, or the coming of the rainy season which nourishes greens. As soon as the rainy season is over and as soon as the cloud goes away, all the crops which were nourished by the rain dry up. Similarly, this material manifestation takes place at a certain interval, stays for a while, and then disappears. Such are the workings of Prakriti. but the cycle is working eternally. Therefore, Prakriti is eternal, it is not false. The Lord refers to this as my Prakriti. This material nature is a separated energy of the Supreme Lord, and similarly, the living entities are also the energy of the Supreme Lord, although they are not separated but eternally related. So the Lord, living entity, material nature, and time are all interrelated and are all eternal. However, the other item, karma, is not eternal. The effects of karma may be very old indeed. We are suffering or enjoying the results of our activities from time immemorial, but we can change the results of our karma or our activity, and this change depends on the perfection of our knowledge. We are engaged in various activities. Undoubtedly, we do not know what sort of activities we should adopt to gain relief from the actions and reactions of all these activities, but this is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita. In short, what is this explaining is the effects of karma is temporary. Means, suppose I did a good karma, like I'm helping someone financially when he's in need. That means I have put that, I have that good reaction that in the next life or even in this life, when I need help, I have somebody is going to help me. But when this action and reaction is over, then that karma, effects of the karma is also over. That's why karma is not eternal. That means it is temporary and we can change it. So that is what, how to change the results of our actions in a very positive way. That is what Bhagavad Gita is explaining. So is some more explaining between, we'll cover all this. What is consciousness? What is supreme consciousness? How, Ishvara is supreme and Jiva's consciousness is very limited to uh, one's own body. So, yeah, let's read this. Can anyone read this paragraph? What is this consciousness? And maybe we'll pause with this for today. Yes, Nirmala Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. What is this consciousness? This consciousness is I am. Then what am I? In contaminated consciousness, I am means I am the Lord of all I survey. I am the enjoyer. The world revolves because every living being thinks that he is the Lord and creator of the material world. Material consciousness has two psychic divisions. One is that I am the creator, and the other is that I am the enjoyer. But actually, the Supreme Lord is both the creator and the enjoyer, and the living entity, being part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, is neither the creator nor the enjoyer, but a cooperator. He is the created and the enjoyed. For instance, a part of a machine cooperates with the whole machine. A part of the body cooperates with the whole body. The hands, legs, eyes, and so on are all parts of the body, but they are not actually the enjoyers. The stomach is the enjoyer. The legs move, the hands supply food, the teeth chew, and all parts of the body are engaged in satisfying the stomach because the stomach is the principal factor that nourishes the body's organization. Therefore, everything is given to the stomach. One nourishes the tree by watering its root, and one nourishes the body by feeding the stomach. For if the body is to be kept in healthy state, then the parts of the body must cooperate to feed the stomach. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is the enjoyer and the create is the enjoyer and the creator, and we as subordinate living beings are meant to cooperate to satisfy him. This cooperation will actually help us, just as food taken by the stomach will help all other parts of the body. The fingers of the hand think that um, they should take the food themselves instead of giving it to the stomach, then they will be frustrated. The central figure of creation and enjoyment is the Supreme Lord, and the living entities are cooperators. By cooperation, they enjoy. The relation is also like that of the master and the servant. If the master is fully satisfied, then the servant is satisfied. Similarly, the Supreme Lord should be satisfied. Although the tendency to become the creator and the tendency to enjoy the material world are there, also in the living entities, because these tendencies are there in the Supreme Lord who has created the manifested cosmic world. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. So we can see what is this consciousness. We'll see this consciousness word used very often in the Bhagavad Gita. So consciousness is, in simple terms, awareness. We are aware, right? While we are in the during the day, we are not sleeping. We are awake. We are aware of ourselves. Who am I? I mean, what am I supposed to do? And this, based on that consciousness, we work. While we are asleep, we are not conscious that who we are. Unless somebody wakes us up. When we are sleeping, we forget who we are, what's our name, and everything, right? We are conscious of something else in the dream. Like if many of you, I don't know, you might have experienced that sometimes we have a very uh, horrible nightmare, we call it, and in the dream, there is a tiger chasing us. The experience is real, right? We feel that we have been run over by the car, or if we have seen a movie, it's very action movie, and then we think that five policemen are coming us and they're shooting at us. All this, the experience is real, but actually there is no policeman, no nothing, right? It's a dream. That's why it's a dream. So when we are asleep, we are not conscious of who we are. We are in some other consciousness. So that's why when somebody loses their memory, then that's very bad, right? Like you can see that they cannot even, if they can't remember who they are, what's their name, then how can they relate with this world? So we take these things for granted, that we have been given these things. When we get up in the morning, who is bringing this remembrance back to us, that who are we and what we are supposed to do? Why? For some people it doesn't happen. So these things we need to ponder. And so consciousness means what we think we are. But now what I think is, I want to be in a comfortable position and I want to enjoy. And if anyone comes in between myself and my enjoyment, either they have to help me, or they become my friend, or otherwise they are enemy. So it may not, like, we may not agree. Oh, I don't think that I am the creator of this material world, but this is very inbuilt in us, very deeply inbuilt, that when we do something, right, we take the credit for that. Suppose somebody does a beautiful painting, usually he puts a name. And if somebody is cooking a nice dish, then we want to be known that we have made this. And it's true that the person is, he's the one who has painted it, but who gave the intelligence, who gave that artistic ability to paint? For some they have, for some they don't. Same way, who gave all the ingredients and the intelligence to cook in such a way that he can be known as a big chef. So it's like, we are robbing the Peter and we are taking credit. So material consciousness means everything stops with us, that I am the origin and I take credit for all my abilities. And if somebody else is more able than me, then, I can't tolerate that. It puts me in misery. All this comes because of material consciousness, because we are thinking that we want to be the best in everything, or in other words, we want to be the creator or enjoyer, or in other words, subtly, we want to be God. But we don't tell that because we are sophisticated. But here, the Supreme Lord is telling that He is the creator and the enjoyer, and we are the cooperator. Not that as a creator and enjoyer, he only enjoys, but the living entity is actually enjoying by cooperating. And two examples are given here. Like all the parts of the body, see, the legs move, the hand takes food, but everything is, the teeth chew, and all the parts of the body are engaged in satisfying the stomach. because the stomach is a principal factor that nourishes the body's organization. It's not that the stomach is eating and the fingers and the everything is like not getting nourished. So similarly, if we understand our position as a cooperator to the Supreme Lord, then we are nourished. The whole body is nourished by the food. Similarly, we are also nourished by cooperating with the Lord. Understanding that we are part and parcel of the Lord, as much as the hands and legs are part and parcel of ourselves. And another example that's given is watering the root of the tree. One may not, don't need to water the leaves and the flowers, but if you just water the root, everything is nourished. So that's why he says that by cooperation, they enjoy. The relationship is like that of the master and the servant, which is, in the material world, where the master is happy, then the servant is not happy. It's always the opposite. But actually, in the real sense, he's a master and we are the servant. We are submissive, we are cooperating, but he's ready to share all his opulences with us. And that's why he is again and again calling us, you're suffering here, but you open your eyes and understand this knowledge from me, and then you will be instantly relieved of your suffering, and I want you to be happy. So yeah, so we will pause here. It's 9:15. And if you have a Bhagavad Gita uh, copy, or it's there available in vedabase.io also. But I recommend that, we have a Bhagavad Gita where we can make some notes and put some sticky notes, and it's like a personal relationship with the book. So I would recommend everyone read the introduction till this point, from the starting, what we read. Some things you may not understand in the first reading, but it's okay. We discussed a little bit, and whatever makes sense, we read it, and whatever is not, we're going to understand it eventually in the other classes. So we will pause here. If you have any questions on this, or you can raise your hand. Anything else in general also? I wanted to take some shlokas today, but I thought that, reading introduction will be a very good platform for us to understand the chapter wise, the course that we are going to go through soon. And so we will complete some other parts of introduction the next class in Thursday. And then we will cover some shlokas that corresponds to what we learned based on the topics. Maybe one shloka for each topic of the science of God, science of soul, what is this material nature, and Kala and Karma. Yeah, Ritu Ji, Hare Krishna.
Hello, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, my name is Ritu Dua. Yeah, I'm from Canada, Prince George.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, I joined today first time. Actually, I was in anxiety for like last 3 weeks, or maybe more than that. So that's why one of auntie gave me that link. So I joined today. But yeah, rest of the time I don't know what's the time. So today I saw the time and I joined. So this classes will be daily.
No. Did you attend the last week we had a daily class, Bhagavad Gita in a nutshell?
No.
That's fine. It's okay. That is just a base. But this is going to be a weekly once class on Thursdays. So every Thursday we're going to have it from 8 to 9. But you can text me and call me. I can help you with whatever I can. But
Okay.
you have come to the right place.
8
And
to 9 India time?
oh, no, 8 to 9 Toronto time, US EST. Like how
Okay,
today
okay.
we are doing 8 to 9, like it's supposed to be 9, but I always go over time, 9:20.
Okay.
So we will do this next week, and then after a month, we will do every day for 18 days.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
please chant this Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare
Yeah,
Krishna,
I do. Yeah. I know because from the childhood we believe in Krishna.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this mantra, when chanted as it is, without changing anything,
Yeah.
and you chant it like you can start with 21 times, counting in your hand, fingers, or if you have a japmala and you're used to chanting, you can start with 108 times.
Yeah.
So these are very powerful, avalanche effect. Avalanche effect is the more you repeat, the mantra has the potency of all the previous mantras that we have chanted. And you can see that the mind is hooks on to the sound of the mantra, and we can feel disconnected from things that are causing us anxiety and stress. And by regularly doing that, we will have a sense of security and shelter in Lord Krishna's teachings and himself through Bhagavad Gita.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ritu, for joining.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Anybody else has any questions? Thanks to everyone for your comments. So we will go through this introduction, and yeah, any questions from anybody?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Shivani here.
Hare
Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for a very beautiful class. Mataji, how can I get in touch with you? Like, are you EST time?
Yeah, EST time. Where do you stay?
I'm in Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. I'm just putting my number in the chat. You can text me.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay. Okay, devotees. Anything else? Anybody has any questions? Anything you'd like to share? I'm very grateful for your time. And you come here putting your faith on me. So I pray to Lord that I'll be able to be a proper medium to present what I've learned from the teachers, so both of us can be benefited. And if you know any of your friends also, any class they can join, and everybody will be benefited. Okay, if there are no more questions, we can close.
Mataji, I have one question. So these Thursdays, it will be just how many weeks, and what are we gonna do in the next classes, Mataji?
So today is July 30, and till August and September, maybe the second week of September or third week, we are planning to start the 18-day again.
Okay, Mataji.
So my goal in these 6 weeks is mainly, like, as you know, this is for the beginner sessions. Others also, if you feel like you're benefiting from this, you can join, or I can touch base with you, Reshma Mataji, separately. If you want to continue your Bhagavad Gita reading with the other group, also is fine. So what I'm planning to do is take to this session and the next session, probably cover the important concepts of the introduction, and then we will take one shloka to learn about the 5 topics. And those shlokas, I can make sure that that's not covered in your shloka class or in your previous things, so that those devotees who have done this before are also benefited. So I'll touch base with you on that to see what shlokas have been covered previously, and we can take the ones that are not covered. So new devotees and the old devotees who have in the old batches can be a learning experience for everyone.
So, Mataji, before you close,
Mhm.
may I make one comment about Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, sure, Prabhuji.
So, in the Gita, Krishna says, Aham tvam savapapebhyo moksha yasyami ma sutraha. I am the generating source of all living beings. One who knows this attains liberation. So one day, Srila Prabhupada was preaching to a minister, a Catholic, and he said, Christ said, I am the Son of God. Muhammad said, I am the Son of God. But Krishna said, I am God. Prabhupada said it just like that.
Very nice. True, Prabhuji. That's true. Thank you so much for that wonderful addition. We always love to listen from you. Okay, devotees. So we will close here for today. We'll come back again next week, Krishna willing, and we'll learn more in depth of Bhagavad Gita introduction and a few shlokas we can memorize and we can understand the 5 subject matters thoroughly in the next 6-7 sessions leading up to the 18-day course. So my humble obeisances to all of you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Right.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.